When you were at Yale and obviously talking to not just your colleagues or students, your other network that's out there, what's their view on investing in Africa at the moment? What's the sort of challenges you've faced in trying to encourage them to be Africa positive?
So, I mean, the big picture, I guess, is that Africa is either going to be a massive threat or a massive opportunity. It's not something you can ignore. I'll say it again. It's either going to be a massive opportunity or a massive threat. It's not something anyone can ignore.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if you're sitting in the United States and you think Africa is a basket case, or you're sitting in the United States and you think, wow, there's like this massive consumer demographic McKinsey reported boom going on in Africa that we want to grasp. And whichever way you are, you have to pay attention. And the reality is, at the turn of this coming century, 21st century, as we go into 2100, 2 in 5 people in the world will be African, 40% of the world's population. And yet today, with 17% of the world's population, we only have 3% of the world's GDP. So if that continues, if that rate of contribution of resources to population continues, there's only one conclusion, and that's Africa is going to be a massive liability to the world. So Africa's growth rate has to significantly go up. And I've calculated somewhere in the region of 6% in order for that 3 to 17% delta to change over time, because you can be sure the 17% is going to go to 38, 39, 40% of the world's population. How much is the 3% going to go to, let's say, half of that population contribution? So if you're going to get 6% GDP growth rates as the population explosion occurs in Africa, that will be the world's largest absolute growth contribution. Like China was in the last 40 years, Africa will be in the next 40. So if that's true, then if you're sitting in New York and you're looking at Africa, you're thinking, how do I take advantage of this massive growth that's going to happen? If I'm a Walmart or I'm a Exxon or I'm a JP Morgan or whoever I am, how do I take advantage of that enormous growth rate? And if you're a government and you're Angela Merkel in Germany, and you're thinking, if I don't get this to happen, and there's this massive humanitarian disaster coming in Africa on my doorstep, all I'm going to get is this wave of migration from Africa into Europe, and it's going to be a humanitarian catastrophe causing huge political repercussions in my home market in Germany. And you have the rise of anti-migration movements, right-wing movements in Europe as a result, and you get this explosion of political populism that will be very difficult to deal with. So the bottom line of what I was saying in the research that I was publishing, the talks I was giving in my lectures, is it's in the common interest of the world to combine efforts, to cooperate, whether you're Chinese or the United States or Europe, to get Africa to grow and to participate in that growth. And if you don't do that, then there's going to be a very common negative outcome that people will experience.